Cannot tell you how proud I am to finally be releasing this effect to the Magic fraternity with the instructional DVD. The premise of it, which started years and years ago, was inspired totally by Tom Mullica when I saw him do his act, and I realized that a pink animal balloon, knotted up, or even just handled casually, can look an awful lot like a piece of chewing gum. All right. Along with the instructional DVD, you're going to get some balloons, you're going to get some pieces of wrapped gum, and a few things. And let me just walk through now this one-time prep you have to do to make the gimmick that is going to last you many, 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 many performances. First thing you got to do is unwrap one of the pieces of gum. Okay, so you're going to need just now, for starters, just the wrapper. All right. Now, to make the wrapper really withstand hundreds of performances, what we're going to do is take a piece of tape. Now, you can get either a big piece of packing tape, or you can get, sort of thinner tape, whatever. And if it's thinner, you're going to have to do a couple of strips here. But get a piece about the size, break it off. Okay, break it off with your teeth or a pair of scissors, and cover it neatly right over the wrapper. Okay, just like that. That's one side. Then lay it up. Take a second piece, all right, and you're going to tear off the second piece here, like that. Again, tear it off, put it down here, boom. All right, so I've covered it both sides with a piece of tape. Now take a pair of scissors and trim it, okay, like this. Okay. Now, what I would suggest is, because you want this to catch on your shirt or your jacket as little as possible, when trimming this down, take a little bit off of the actual wrapper. So you want it, when you put the tape on it, you want to make sure it's actually a little bit smaller than it originally was. That'll be less stuff to catch on your shirt. Okay, so there it is, all covered up. Now, get a hole punch. Okay, and punch a hole in the middle of the wrapper. Okay, right about there, in the middle, there. A hole in the middle of it. That hole is going to be much better than a cut or a slit, because it won't tear. Okay, now this thing is going to last a long, long time, wrapped on both sides with a hole punch right through the middle. Get the balloon, all right? Go to the end and tie several knots. And this is, I always get a big kick out of this. You tie several knots in one end of it, and you're going to find that it looks, not a little bit, but it actually looks exactly like a piece of freshly chewed chewing gum. Now, what size you want is totally up to you. You can make it big or small or whatever, but I find 2 or 3, or more, probably more like 5 or 6 wraps there. So now it's balled up and it looks just like a piece of chewing gum, okay? Take this and feed it through the hole, all right? This goes through the hole like that. And now look. It looks to all the world like a piece of chewing gum on the paper, all right? Now this next part is called the hookup, and this is going to take a little bit more, you got to be a little bit more careful with exactly, this is going to vary from person to person. It really is where you're going to hook it up. Originally what I used to do was just put this part of the balloon, the end, okay? You can, if you want, just tie it off here, okay? And tie it on at safety, and you can be in that position using this entire length, okay? But what I would suggest you do, a little easier, is to just cut down, let's say we'll cut for now maybe this much. Okay. So you've cut that off, you've got that balled up there, all right. Then get your elastic, okay, your length of black elastic that came with this. And you have to work out the length, but for now, let's just do this. We'll take one end of the elastic, one end of the balloon, put the two together, all right, hold them together, and we're going to tie them off, okay? So we do this and that, put them together, and tie them off like that. All right. So that's now where we are, tied off, okay? The elastic is going right to the balloon, like that. And to finish, you take the elastic and you slip it right through the end of the safety pin, okay? Like this, like that. Pull it through. So now you've got the safety pin, the elastic, this tied off, a little knotted there, okay? Tie this off, and you are now good to go. This is, like I said, it's a one-time prep. Once you've made this gimmick, that's it. Now, having shown you how the gimmick, let's take a look at exactly how you hook it up on your body. Now that we've made the one-time gimmick, I'm going to show you exactly how to place it on your body, whether you're wearing a shirt or a jacket, so it works every time, literally as a self-working piece of magic. It's hooked up, ready to go, okay? That's the great thing about this. You can be wearing short sleeves. It's hooked up, ready to go. Here is exactly the hookup, all right? As you can see, I've taken the safety pin and I've clipped it, okay, to the pants, feeding the elastic along underneath at least one. You could do one or two, at least one loop. What that means is that when this flies back, it doesn't go too far. It doesn't hang below your shirt. It just fires back. Okay, so it's through here, it's there, and it's there. That's the setup. Now, no telltale signs. Okay, it looks like, and when you want to get into this now, all right, the great thing about it is it's a simple matter of reaching into your shirt. You can grab it, immediately pull it out, boom, and you're now into the show. Okay, let's look at this again. It's here, okay? You're here at any point during your performance. This hand does this. This hand reaches in, and you know, it's not, you know, you could suggest it's here if you're wearing a jacket, of course. Reaching in, it could be an inner pocket, not so much with a shirt. But it's boom, the hand goes in. Here's the exposed view. Okay, the hand's going in, grabbing that, turning it around. You want to make sure that it's facing not like that, but you want to turn it around, okay, and pull it out from that position. So you're here, this right hand comes in, you conceal that, boom, and you're here. You are, and note, the other key to this is you want to be leaning forward a little bit. If you're leaning forward a little bit, boom, so you're there. That's your really the position you want to be getting into, all right? And notice, so it's running, the elastic is running here, but it's covered by the natural gesture of the hand there, boom, boom, and you are good to go. Okay, so that's your primary setup. Now, let's take a moment to look at a wide range of handlings for the gimmick, and then we'll do some that are ungimmicked handlings as well. You can be chewing real gum, okay? You can have a real piece of gum in there, or just pretend. This is a great opener, because I walk up to the table and say, hey, how you doing? My name's Jay Sankey. I'm going to show you, oh, sorry. Maybe I shouldn't be chewing gum, right? And so the whole motivation is that you're chewing gum, you're rude, you're going to take it out, okay? So practice faux chewing. If you have no gum, you want to be doing this kind of thing. You don't want to be going, because they can see there's no gum, right? Okay? So you're here, you're chewing, say, oh, I'm sorry, and boom. Now, here's our setup down here. We've got the piece of chewing gum in right finger palm, okay? So it's there. That's your setup. You're up here, you're chewing. You say, oh, I'm sorry. Flash the empty hand. Open the shirt. Reach in. Grab this. Pull it out, okay? Your boom like this, and tilt it away from them. So you're first here, and that way they can't see anything. It is away from them, okay? Then you do this. Here. There. Okay? So it's fake chewing. Practice this part. And you don't make it a big piece of magic. You're kind of just warming up. Okay, here, pull, here, boom, connect, boom. So this is your position. You're here, this is here. Now notice, if you stand up straight, this is going to move. It's going to get pulled. Watch. Okay, it moves. But if you pull it forward, all right, and you actually, if you're here and you bend forward a little bit, okay, if you bend forward, the shirt opens up because I'm bending. And when the shirt opens up, now, of course, because the shirt opens up, it's going to be much bigger here. It's going to be, this is the exposed view here, okay? So you bend forward. When you bend forward, you let it fly now, and it goes right back in, okay? It's less apt. So boom. Now, you'll also, I'm sure you're picking up on the mic here, there's the issue of sound. We're here in a studio. It's very quiet. Listen. It's dead silent. Okay, so of course you can hear the little snap of it, okay? But if you're in a bar or you're in a restaurant or maybe you're like an opera class and everyone's singing loudly, then there's no chance they're going to hear it, okay? That's the other reason why I do this snap. The snap handling is really the most commercial in some ways because this snap perfectly covers it going back. All right? This looks and feels like real magic. That's what I love about it. You're here, okay, you're bending forward. This hand comes up, and as you snap, you're going to let this go, and this is going to go into a fist. Put that all together, and you get this nice boom. This is it's literally the kind of magic that you don't have to say anything to. You can just boom it. You get to hand it immediately out to them, making for a great souvenir. It's great for kids, great for adults, and like I said, the snap handling is definitely one of the easiest and one of the most automatic. This one has, I think, the advantage of seemingly happening in mid-air. Okay, it happens in mid-air. So it has a real, well, I mean, you couldn't get more visually explicit than that. It doesn't even happen in the magician's hands, okay? I don't use this one as much because it doesn't have the natural sound cover of the snap. It doesn't have that. Also, I think it's maybe a little more angly because rather than being bent down here, your action is a little bit more up here, all right? But it's the same setup as before. You can have real gum, great, or you can have fake gum, doesn't matter. Chew, chew, chew. Take it, boom. Hand opens up, you reach in, you grab as before, it comes out, you come up, hand grabs, boom, you're down, and you're here. Same as before, okay? Everything is the same as before. You've got this finger palmed here. Now, when I throw it up in the air, I deliberately lean forward a little bit. I'm going to throw it up and then catch it, like that, okay? I find with this one, sometimes it's hard to predict exactly where this is going to land. Watch again. Here we go. You lean forward here, and you throw up, boom, and you're there. There's definitely more of a sound issue, but it has a nice in-the-air quality. One other thing I should mention is, how do you get this into this hand? Simple. Look. Let's say it's there. Got nothing. You're chewing. You're chewing away, and when the hands go to the pockets to look for the wrapper, both hands go in. That's when you get this, okay? Boom. Then, like that, then you come over, you're grabbing your gimmick, you're pulling it out there, and you're now, boom, and you're in, okay? So that's the easiest way to get this is when the hand just goes in the pocket, first looking for the wrapper, all right? And like I said, with the throwing up in the air handling, you got to watch where your audience is. If the audience is there, they're going to see this, right? So what I'll do is I'll deliberately do this effect for someone on my extreme left, okay? That way I'm covered, my angles are good. This is also the same way how you can get, of course, the version where it drops into their hand. Same thing, okay? This, rather than doing the snap technique, what I'm going to do here is lean to someone on my far left, ask them to cup their hands. When they cup their hands, I'm going to do this and just throw this down. I lean a little bit forward, throw that down, and in their hands, they actually heat. Now, this always gets a great reaction. When it lands in their own hands, and they boom, all focus is there. That's the nice thing about the throw, and when it lands in their hands, whether you do it in the air or in their hands, is you have built-in misdirection. Whereas with the snap, they might still be looking at your own hand. With the other ones, they're going to be looking at other places. They're going to be looking at this, okay, every single time. So it really is about performance style and which style and really what your performance rhythm and situation is like. This handling idea was first introduced to me by Jim Pace, and I think it's a clever approach. One of the things about it you have to decide is, do you want the wrapper to make a magical appearance, or do you want the wrapper to be already in play and have all the focus of the magic strictly on the gum? Because in this handling, not only does the gum kind of go from apparently chewed to flattened again and wrapped up, but the wrapper itself makes a mysterious appearance. So it's totally your call. Now, I know with Jim Pace's handling, he uses a reel. In this case, you don't have to use a reel. You can, in fact, just use one of the balloons. For starters, it's a little different, though, because you're not just going to knot up it from the very top as we did the first setup. What you do is make sure you leave about half an inch, maybe even an inch, half an inch of balloon, and tie your first knot a little further down, okay? Like that. Then build your knots on top of that. Because you want to be able to have this idea or this image, Okay, we'll do maybe one more. The image here of the gum and pulling a bit of the gum, okay, even this, all right, here, here, adds a nice bit to the illusion, all right. Now, you don't need any wrapper here, so all you do is take the rest of the gum, all right, knot it around your safety pin once or twice, and you are good to go. And as before, you need to clip this, okay? Let's just say, for example, you need to clip it on your belt loop as before. Let's, it's always important to find the exact spot, but in this case, let's just do this for now, all right? Here, like that, and we're good to go. So, that's hanging inside, right? When you want to get into this, you need this in the same position, in finger palm, okay? Boom, you open up, you're here. Now notice though, in this case, you're not going for anything in particular. You're not going for a wrapper. So you have to be set up like this from the start. Since you're set up like this from the start, what you can do is have this and this in your hand, okay, as you maybe approach a table, reach under the table and pretend to find a piece of gum, okay, and show it like that. Or you can even go up to a table, chewing, and then go up and bring it down, boom, and into play from there. It's your choice. But notice now, this is your setup, okay? You're here, you're there like this, and you just let it fly into boom, and you can snap your fingers if you want, here, boom, and then there. So the wrapper itself makes a magical appearance. It's totally up to you. You have to decide whether you want the wrapper to appear or whether you want to have the wrapper already in play and have the magic happen strictly with the gum. This is perfect for bar work. I love this one. One great advantage it has, it doesn't use any kind of pull. Okay, no rubber band, no reel, nothing. What you've got here is a good old thumb tip and a piece of gum, okay? Those are in your left pants pocket. Here, in your right pants pocket, you've got just the wrapper, all right? That's it. You're now good to go. Great opener again, walking up, pretending to chew. Say, excuse me. Both hands go into your pockets. In your left hand, what you're going to do is get the gum and finger palm as well as the thumb tip, okay? You're coming out like that. That's in finger palm, the thumb tip's there, okay? Your right hand is just going to come out, boom, with the wrapper. All focus is on the wrapper. You're not looking here, okay? So again, watch. I'm here. Both hands go into pockets. I go down. I grab the wrapper, come up, and all focus is here. I show both sides of the wrapper. Come up. Pretend to take it, right? Come over, and I'm going to put it directly into the thumb tip. Boom. Squeeze, and I'm done. All right? So all I did was put it directly into the thumb tip. From behind, looks like this. You're here. This is here. That's there. All right? You've just shown both sides of this. The thumb should be in the dead center of it, okay? You want your thumb in the dead center. Show both sides of this. You come over. You put it directly in. Boom. Come away. Wave your hand or snap your finger, whatever, boom, and you are done. I have been a fan of J.C. Wagner's work for a long time. I mean, the guy is super smart. And of course, all his work shows his work for real people, which is the kind of stuff I personally am interested in. This is just an application of J.C. Wagner's switch. I don't even know what it's called. I know it's from his book, Seven Secrets. I think it might be called a lap switch or whatever. I've used it with so many different things. I've done it with salt and pepper packets. I've done it with chewing gum, obviously, bottle caps. I did it once with a child. The hair was shaved off because he didn't want to flash, but I did it with a child once. Different things. Okay, so if you're going to lap, of course, it's always a good idea to, if you can, you know, maybe you're having a meal with people, is to put a paper napkin or some sort of napkin in your lap so it can then catch the stuff. Okay? So that's in your lap. Now, let's look at the switch. The switch is really straightforward. And the important thing about these kinds of things is that the hands, especially when you're holding out, okay, if I'm going to be holding that palm, like sort of palming it, you don't want to be like this, because this brings natural attention to this hand. Both hands should mirror each other, all right? And now that they're set up and they're mirroring each other, here's the switch. You're going to do a 2-beat action. You're going to pick it up, and it should mirror the way it's going to look when you lap it, okay? But for now, I pick it up, and I've really got it. I pick it up, bring the hands together, give it a squeeze, and I let it fall down through the hand, okay? The hands separate. I act like I'm disappointed. Like, watch carefully. I take it, I give it a squeeze, and didn't quite work. Let me try again. And as I come out the second time, I'm going to lap this. If you come around, you'll see me lap this thing here. So I'm like this, and all I'm going to do is come here, and my thumb is going to apparently go below, but actually my thumb misses it, okay? So I'm here, and this is the exposed view. It's going to fall straight down. I'm going to come away with nothing, all right? So it's just a pull-off lap. We'll do that again. You're here. It's here. That. The key to this is an unbroken action. Okay, that's the absolute key. So from the front, you're here. You've got the gum. The gum is in finger palm. I do it once, squeeze, do it again, squeeze, and drop. It's a killer switch, and in this particular performance, it looks to all the world like the wrapper has just wrapped up and you end clean. So it's a very commercial handling. There is no point looking at lapping in any sort of serious student perspective unless you're going to consider the work, of course, of Tony Slidini. Pretty much revolutionized lapping when it came to bringing it into the modern world. And this is really a handling of Slidini's. He did it with a torn and restored cigarette paper. He'd tear a cigarette paper, boom, take some tobacco, put a little pile of tobacco on it, and use this identical technique pretty much. And boom, he'd have a cigarette. Just beautiful. So I just applied it to this because, again, in some seated situations, I think, first off, you're not going to use a pull. And second, there's just such charm and a visual beauty to this. The setup, you've got a wrapper, piece of chewing gum. And now in this instance, I don't do a pretend piece of gum. I've done it. I've sort of mimed putting gum into it, but I really do prefer using a piece of gum. So, start off, chewing your gum, okay? Maybe where I've used it, if you've got gum, and then when the food arrives, of course, what are you going to do? When food arrives, you're going to get rid of your chewing gum, right? So it's a really organic, natural way to do it. Chewing your gum. This should be in your lap on your right leg, okay? It's resting on my lap on my right leg. I'm here, okay? Now, you can start, and this is the way I sometimes do it, with it in right finger palm. That way you tear, you do everything here, you boom, and you're ready to go. But if you're going to do lapping, why not take advantage of this whole situation? You tear. So let's assume, for the sake of argument, though, that it doesn't start here, that it starts down the leg. I'm here. I tear in half. I tear in quarters. You're here. Now, the idea is that you're putting the hand here to show it as fairly as possible, a nice little piece of theater. But in fact, the reason you're doing that, rather than doing this, is you want to make sure that, and this is Slidini's revolve lap, or revolve vanish, is just by turning my hand over and moving forward with the fist, all these pieces are going to be dropped directly into my lap, okay? So they're here, and just by turning my hand over and moving forward, all those pieces are dropped in the lap. The key is to not get sort of a downward action or to hesitate. You want to be able to make it look just like this, okay? You want to be moving away from the table, not suspiciously, but cleanly. You're here. You're here, okay? So, we've got our pieces. You get your piece of gum. You put the piece of gum there. They see all that. And while all focus is there, the right hand rests in your lap, and that's when you get this in, let's say, thumb palm or finger palm. Let's say finger palm. You're here. You do the revolve. Boom, they all fall, okay? You bring the hand up. Maybe it's in thumb palm, maybe it's in finger palm, but you slap the hands together. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And when you first open, don't open so that this is on the right hand. Have that first start on the left hand, okay? Because that's the last place they saw it. So it's nice to be able to boom like this, and the last place they saw the pile of stuff, you boom like that. You give that out, and again, thanks to the structure and really the beauty of lapping, you end clean. Again, you're ready to lap, so you got a paper napkin or something, napkin to catch all the stuff you're going to chuck in your lap in there. You got to wrap one, you got to unwrap one, and you've got two wrappers. Ball this one up, baby. Here we go. Now, obviously, the way you'd want to go into this is to unwrap the gum and go into it from there, right? So you'd unwrap the gum and go into it from there with this piece, et cetera, et cetera. But here's your setup. You're going to need this, and this is located in your left. Okay, it's down here in your on your left leg. Okay, so that's wrapped gum on your left leg, right? Here we are. This starts crumpled up, finger palm. Let's imagine you just unwrap this from that. You are good to go. Okay, crumple this up. The gum here, the wrap, and remember you got the extra piece there. Okay, take this false transfer. Boom. Okay, boom. Just pretending to take it and put it in the hand. Any false transfer, you could probably do retention. You could probably do boom, whatever works for you. Okay, thumb palm. So I'm doing a false transfer here, taking this and I'm going to push this into thumb palm. Then I squeeze, I open that finger by finger, showing that piece, finger by finger, showing that piece. First transposition, hands come back to relaxed position. You're here. Now, I'm going to come over and I'm going to pick this up and pick that, but as I do, I'm going to drag them both to the edge. I'm going to allow this to drop down, and I'm going to pick this one up. But the hands, you want them to mirror each other, right? Boom, down goes that one down there. I come forward and I squeeze. I show this gone here. This, all focus moves from here. The hand is obviously empty, and I lean back a bit. Boom, and all focus is going to go to there. When all focus, this goes down to a relaxed position in my lap, and I show, boom, those two there. When my left hand is in the lap, that's when I get the other piece of gum. I come up, I scoop both these directly down and into the lap, coming forward, gesturing with my finger, and then show watch here, and I gesture back there. Bring the fist again, forward from the lap. Open the hand, showing empty there, and there. A really pretty, balanced, boom, 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 three-phase piece of full separation.
Many years ago, I had a trick called the price of admission. It was a torn and restored movie ticket, and the method I think was quite clever, straightforward, very strong. Oops, channeling Boris there.
Same technique here. Very simple trick. Great for TV, good for walk around, a little messy getting into it in the setup of it, but freak, just a total fry fest. Just guaranteed to fool lay public magicians alike, really strong. Here it is, real simple. You got your wrapper, and what you need is 4 pieces of double-sided tape. Put them in the corners. I've marked X's there, just to make it as clear as possible. You know me, I try to make these things really clear. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The other thing you need is you need to have at least, there we go, you also need the back of a hand. If you don't have the back of a hand, you're in trouble. Oopsie daisy. So watch here. This is left hand finger palm. You're here. Okay? Here you are. You tear down the middle. And because there's tape on 4 corners, when you put these 2 together, of course now they're stuck. Then you take this one, you tear that, put this one to that one, and just like that, now everything is a single packet with a little bit of tape there. So I show it, boom, false transfer, okay, like that. The hand comes over like this and I squeeze. And when I squeeze, I'm going to stick everything, squeeze, and then I do that, and of course, everything is stuck. Boom, open up here, and then as a kind of teaser, only now do I open up here. This is a totally cheeky handling, okay? It's very bold. You got the false chewing, no gum, just false chewing. You've got in the left hand a piece of gum, and in the right hand the wrap piece of gum. Okay, that's your setup. This should be palmed this way in the finger palm, okay? Not like this. No, no, no. Like so. No, 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 no. It's like this, all right? Because that's going to set you up for the change. So here you are. You got this here, and you're going to this. Start chewing. Pretend to take out. Bring down and squeeze. Boom. Number 1. Apparently, you've just changed the chew lump. Now you're going to come over and have this beautiful change. And what I'm doing is this. I'm here, it's just basically obviously spellbound with a piece of gum. I'm here, I come over, and I let that fall as I place, okay? So you're here, like that. One more time, very slowly. Here, there. That's down there, you've got that up there. Boom. Show both sides of this, take it in this hand, and you can give it away as a souvenir. Oh, and if you want to do it a slightly different way to change, here's a different visual on it. What you can do is rather than holding the gum this way, you can hold the gum this way, okay? In the right hand, what you have to do then is clip, not palm, okay? You're not gonna palm it, no. Instead, what you're gonna do is clip like that, okay? So that's there. So when you're here, boom, you can do this. You're here, and it's got a nice visual, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm here, and I'm going to come up, and with the thumb, flip that up and come away. So you're here, you're like that. From the front, you're here, like that. Boom. This is a very bold one, okay? Very bold, really practical. What's nice about it is all you need is a piece of wrapped gum and the wrapper, okay? That's it. No pull, no chunk of gum, nothing like that, okay? And it's the sort of thing for sure you use an opener, all right? Because you go to the table and actually what you have in your mouth is the whole wrap piece, okay? That's all in there. This is in your pocket, okay? You go, pretend to chew. How you doing? Don't open the mouth too much, or they see it, okay? You go like this. Go to your pocket. Tear this up. Ball it up. Show it. False take, okay? So I'm here, I show it, and then I come in, and it's just a kind of a false take, and it ends up in the fingers here, okay? Here, there. I'm here, and I'm there. You want this forward-backward motion. So tear, 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 here. So nothing goes in. You can drop this on the floor, okay? While people are up here, if you're in a restaurant or you're behind a table or at a bar even, you can just drop that on the floor when everyone's looking up here. Then you get this nice with the comment, oh, I'll save that for later.